absolutely fearless and absolutely ready to take on a young gun like Hazen Rice. If you're gonna come back, you might as well, if you're gonna jump in the pool, David, if you wanna see if you can swim, you might as well jump in on the deep end. Derrick Wicks very much doing so, now flying the banner of 3D MMA as they look to go 2-0 tonight. Standing in his way though, a very tough, a very game, a very focused and cerebral Hazen Rice. Derrick Wicks, one of these fighters that, despite being an amateur still, has seen so very much. 10 fights, different thoughts about somebody taking that many fights as an amateur, but one thing's for certain, he's most certainly ready for the next step, whatever that may be. Let's go ahead and get the ball rolling with Michael Hazen.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the APFC Featherweight Division, sponsored by Third Coast T-shirts. And now introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall. Official weight, 146.8 pounds. Coming in tonight with a record of 2 victories with no defeats. Fighting out of Madison, Wisconsin, Hazen Rice. And across the cage, his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. Official weight, 146.7 pounds. Coming in tonight with a record of 6 victories with 3 defeats. Fighting out of Chicago, Illinois, Derrick Wicks. And your referee in charge is Chris Claviter.
Chris Claviter, our referee inside the cage, as Hazen Rice welcomes Derrick Wicks back to the mixed martial arts game. Most certainly trying to let him know that a lot has changed since 2019. And now we find out. A beautiful inside leg kick there for Wicks.
Wicks taking control of the center right away. We see him snap that leg kick. Look for him to throw those kicks out there to land the hands up top.
Both of these guys very tall, rangy 145-pound fighters.
We have the southpaw versus the orthodox fighter.
And a beautiful headlock toss there. Almost like a schoolyard takedown there by Hazen Rice.
Rice just sagged into that headlock. I don't think he was looking for it, but he found it. And once he got in that position, just kind of dropped his body weight down. And now he's in a great position here with Wicks on his back, and he has side control. Maybe look for him to, if this doesn't work here, try to get that right knee on belly and maybe transition to mount, perhaps. But Wicks not giving up. He's still fighting. Maybe going to look to try to scoop and circle his legs and try to take the back of Rice himself. Let's see how this ends up.
Potentially looking to set up an arm triangle type situation. For a second, we saw him kind of taking that Tsutsukatami side control position to potentially threaten that
arm
key
lock,
lock,
that reverse key lock
old school
there.
key lock. For a young guy in Hazen Rice, clearly showing he's got some old school tricks up his sleeve here. Almost look like a catch wrestling style here.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely haven't. You don't see this position a lot, and I'm curious to see where he's going to transition to. I don't think Wicks is just going to fold here in this position. So what Rice needs to do is maybe establish better control. And like I said, or you hinted to, maybe go into that arm triangle. What he needs to do is maybe get his hips back and try to go knee on belly, or perhaps that key lock. But Wicks is getting his hips up, and this is going to be a bit of a scramble here. Now Wicks is in a better position.
Putting the wrestler on his back is Derrick Wicks, now inside the full guard of Hazen Rice.
Now, most wrestlers don't like to be here on their back. So if you're a wrestler, you don't like to be on your back. You either learn, you get really good at getting off your back, or you're just not there often and you can be uncomfortable. And we're going to see here now that Wicks is in a better position and has a wrestler on his back, can he capitalize on it?
Well, we know Hazen Rice embraced the striking when he began his mixed martial arts campaign. The question is, has he done the same for the jiu-jitsu portion of the skill set?
Rice looking to come out the back door and get his hips up. And those scrambles there, the higher hips usually win the scramble. Rice did a great job getting his hips high, and that allowed him the space to move, and now he's in a better position. Taking the back of Wicks here.
Taking the back of Wicks right in front of the corner of the 3D fighter.
Short time. Rice able to lock in the guillotine choke. and that is going to be all she wrote for Wicks here tonight.
A rear naked choke finish there as Hazen Rice sinks in the choke. No hooks, no problem. Hazen Rice 3-0 now inside the mixed martial arts cage.
A short return there for Wicks. I mean, he looked good up until, you know, the finish, up until that happened. I think Rice, he knew where he wanted to go. Wicks was kind of on the defense initially, got in a good position, but wasn't able to capitalize on that position. Rice got back to where he wanted to be, locked up the throat there, got the submission finish.
Let's go ahead and take a look at this finish as Hazen Rice there you see slipping in that choke from the feet. Getting into that real tight squeeze. Derrick Wicks unable to withstand that tight vice grip of Hazen Rice. Let's go ahead and get the decision from Michael Hansen.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee, Chris Cleveter, ended the fight. The official time, 2 minutes, 48 seconds of round number 1. Declaring the winner by submission via rear naked choke, Hazen Rice.
The 3-time Wisconsin Intercollegiate Athletic Conference champion is now a 3-time victor inside the mixed martial arts cage. Sky is the limit for Hazen Rice.